If you're watching this video, chances are you're procrastinating, or you just wonder why are you procrastinating in the first place. You came to the right place. I used to procrastinate a lot in high school, college, and even middle school. However, I'm here to tell you how to stop and my experience with it. And the reason why you procrastinate is for various reasons. Maybe you have a task, a homework that just a lot. Like it's so much that you're like, wow, I don't want to do it until last minute. And the reason that you do it last minute is because you have no choice but to do it or you're gonna fail. Actually, you do have a choice. You either do it or you either fail. The same thing with the job. If you have a task and they say you really, really need to do it, but you have this due date, you might wait until last minute, but you're actually gonna do it because you know if you don't do it, you'll get fired. So honestly, we all have procrastinated at one point. I don't care who you are, I don't care if you're the most dedicated person, you're procrastinating. And the way to stop is basically to tell yourself either two things. You put a sense of urgency. If I don't start it today, I won't have time when the task due date is here. Or you break it down in various steps, right? And I want y'all to understand no BS, right? So basically, you would put, let's say you have A, B, C, D. Instead of doing A, B, C, D the day before, you break it down A, B, C, D. Monday A, Tuesday B, Wednesday C. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. However your brain works. Just make it so it feels like it's a little bit even though it's a lot. Because you want to trick your brain into thinking that what you're doing is very little bit. It's easy, even if it's one of the hardest things ever. You want to give yourself time to do that. And then once you do that, you're going to feel better. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel like you accomplished a lot of things. And what this is going to do after time is going to make you feel like, wow, I accomplished it. And it's going to get easier as time because all you need is time and consistency. The more you do something, the more it becomes easier and it just starts becoming a habit. And in that procrastination habit, you can break it within 90 days if you're disciplined. And then, like I said, the more accomplished, the more you feel good, the more you do it, you're gonna be like, wow, let me try it again. However, make sure you don't fall into the trap that you do it 1 week and then after that you go back to your old ways, because at the end of the day, what you have is a habit. It's so easy to go in your old ways. Even at times, me personally, when I wasn't procrastinating at school, I just procrastinated. Let's say I had a lot of things to do, I got tired, I got lazy, I procrastinated. And I don't want you all to go through the same thing because procrastination is bad. It's honestly bad. It stresses you out. Think about it. You accomplish, let's say that task like the day before, you're so stressed. You tell yourself, no, I don't have time to eat. I don't have time to talk. I don't have time to hang out. I have to do this. I don't have time to go to the gym. And then you start going to your unhealthy habits. Why not just finish it earlier? Because if you finish it earlier, you have less stress, you have more time, and you don't have to push things that you usually do just because of this task. And another thing is, make sure, even if you don't like it, you have two options. You either trick yourself into thinking that you like it or it's the best thing, or you look at it as, if I do this now, it's gonna benefit me for X, Y, Z. A lot of y'all are gonna go into the it benefits me, right? But let's say you go into the, oh yeah, I really love it. Let's say you're writing an essay. Wow, essays are amazing. I get to say, I get to do this. I get to feel good because I'm just telling people how I want, whatever. Just gaslight yourself into thinking that you like it. Or, like I said, the second, which I personally fall into, okay, what's the benefits of me? Oh, there's no benefits. Yes, there are benefits. The benefits is me is no stress for me. Or you can say, oh, I have more time or whatever. For me, like I said, it's stress, no more time, more time. No more time is if you procrastinate, which you don't do. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna have more time to do this. I'm gonna have more time to focus on my business, my YouTube channel. Like for me, for example, I'm doing YouTube, I'm working, I'm currently studying for a test. So like I'm juggling all these things. So if I procrastinate for a video, there's times where it's hard to make videos. But if I was to procrastinate for the videos, then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make a video maybe once a month, and then that's not how it works because it's consistency. So I have to tell myself I have to post a video every week, and if I don't, it's maybe 8, 9, 10 days. I make sure to post in the consistency because it's so easy to procrastinate. Because the thing is, when you have to do something, but you actually don't have to do it, I don't have to make YouTube channels. I don't have to post nothing. I can just work and not do nothing. However, you have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what's gonna happen once you finish. What are you gonna accomplish once you finish all of this? I'm gonna accomplish maybe 1,000 subscribers, maybe a following, maybe I'll have a business, a successful business. I currently have an online business, but I want like another business. So I want to have all these businesses that allows me the freedom to travel. So if you look at the bigger picture, you look at the long term, what's actually gonna happen? Like I said, what are you gonna accomplish with this? You're gonna be way more ahead than like 99% of the people, because a lot of the people, they're like, okay, let's think about today. What am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do this weekend? 2 years, bro, that's way too far. One step at a time. Yes, you do one steps, but I don't believe in like baby steps. Oh, one little step. No, I think about these big steps. What step is gonna take me to make 100, 200, 300,000? You have to think like that. And if you don't think like that, then that's not good. But that's a different video. I don't want to backtrack or like too much. However, basically, for procrastination, you just have to look at the bigger picture. You all just have to find what like really drives you. Maybe it's money, maybe it's love, maybe it's faith. It can be anything. And at the end of the day, just think of your mental health. At the end of the day, your mental health is important, and procrastination negatively impacts your mental health. I never heard of someone said, oh, I'm so glad I procrastinated. It's kind of weird if someone says, well, I'm so glad I procrastinated. I'm glad, like, wow, I procrastinated. It was the most amazing thing. I recommend someone to procrastinate at least once, maybe a few times. No, because they know after. You hear a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, I wish I didn't procrastinate. Why did I wait so long? I had this exam. Why did I wait? I would have done better if I did X, Y, and Z, and etc. Yes, you have those few people that since they procrastinated, since they crammed, they did good. However, it's not doable. If you're doing something and you don't recommend someone to do it, chances are what you're doing is not appropriate, or it's not good for your health, or it's just not healthy. I never heard someone that says, do not go to the gym. You go to the gym, right? I go to the gym. I can recommend anybody at least a certain age. Like, it's because I can't recommend a 2-year-old to go to the gym, but it's appropriate for older people. It's appropriate for older people, but what I said have some like caveats and stuff, like depending on the age. But at the end of the day, it's what you're doing healthy. Because the gym is healthy. You need to go to the gym, right? There's debatable, like, oh, people go 4 times a week, 5 times a week, 6 times, 7 days. There's so many debates. However, if you go consistently to the gym, that's really what matters. Try not to backtrack again. I keep backtracking. And like I said, what I'm speaking is straight from the dome. I really wanted y'all to really get straight facts. So procrastination is your worst enemy. And that's what you look at procrastination is, as one-on-one worst enemy, you versus procrastination.